You are tuned in to your dose of positivity. To gain further support, join my channel membership. I am Marlene Motivates, and as I always say, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Hey everybody, how are you guys doing? It's Marlene of Marlene Motivates. I am your channel for all things motivational, positive, mindset shifting. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I love to have you over here as a fellow motivator. So go ahead, subscribe to this channel, click on your notification so that you will know when I go live and when I premiere videos. So, welcome to everybody live or in the replay. How are you motivators doing? I hope it's an awesome day for you. You're feeling great and refreshed. Yeah, all of those things. So, before I get started with today's topic, let me see who is in the chat. Hey, Colton James Hodgshow, how are you doing? Welcome. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. So, everybody, today we're going to be talking about the importance of ourself, the importance of taking care of ourself in many different aspects. We usually are the ones that give to others, take care of others, do for others, but are we doing for ourselves? Now I know that there's many out there, many mothers, fathers, aunties, grandmas, uncles, cousins that give to others and support others and take care of them in one way or the other. But to be a better person for others in our life, we have to take care of ourselves. And it means that we have to be disciplined. It means that we have to know that we deserve to have some great things. And it means that we have to set some rules and put them out there for other people to actually understand and see that we are not only saying that we care about ourselves, we're proving it by what are we willing to do to have that specific me time. Okay. So let's get started with the first thing. Now, what is me time? Okay. So, me time, this is your time away from work, kids, friends. This is just your time. Whatever it is that you need during that time, and we're going to get into what those things are, but I just want everyone to know specifically this me time is so important for us, for our well being, for our physical health, for our emotional, our mental, for everything, for us to feel good about ourselves. We need to put ourselves first, because a lot of times we do the opposite. We give to ourselves after we give to everybody else gets served. And it means that we need to realign our focus, because if we don't take care of ourselves first, how can we be good to be there, support, and to serve and help others? We can't. We're stressed out. You start snapping. You're exhausted. All of these things, and most of the time, it's because we're not doing what we need to do for ourselves. I know that I've talked about it many a times, filling up your cup. If you don't make a choice to fill up your cup, nobody is going to do that for you. You have to make that choice to say, I love myself. I deserve to take care of me. And then you put in the work. So, the first thing is, why is it important? Why is it so important to do me time? When we talk about ourselves, why are we important? That is the ultimate question, because we're women and men who know our worth. We know our light. We know our talents. We deserve it. And sometimes we get away, we kind of drift away from our purpose, our life, what we deserve, because we're putting importance in other things and not being balanced. It's nothing wrong with being there, supporting and taking care of others, especially, your relatives, your children, person you're in a relationship with. It's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying for it to be all about us, because then that would be self-centered. I don't mean self-centered. I mean remembering to take care of yourself. Okay? And it's important motivator. So I'm just giving you some encouragement on today that you matter. So take care of you. And because we care about ourselves and we make ourselves a priority, no matter how busy we are. I got to say that again. Because we care about ourselves, and we will make ourselves a priority no matter how busy we are. I have seen and I know for myself, when things get busy, when I feel stressed out, the first person that I neglect is myself. I always feel that I have to be supportive and kind and loving to your children, to your significant other, to your friends, to your job. You're doing everything for everybody but yourself. And if you don't take care of yourself and you're not okay in all aspects, how are you going to be there to support others? You can, but why would we want to show up in this life unhappy, miserable, stressed out? That means that we're probably not balancing the scales of life. We're not balancing our time. See, everybody gets the same 24 hours in a day, but it's about what you do with that 24 hours that counts. Okay. That's the encouragement motivators. And the first point that I want to bring out is when we talk about ourself and taking care of us, part of that me time routine should be getting enough rest. Now, I know how it is. I know how it is with responsibilities, working, bills, all of it. On and on it goes. The list goes on forever of the to do list of the things that we have to do. And it seems that we never can get enough rest. But we do have to prioritize ourselves. And it means that, setting a schedule, making ourselves a priority, to making sure you're taking care of yourself so that you can feel good. And if we don't get enough rest, we're not going to be good to be around. I know there's a lot of us motivators that when we don't get enough rest, we're grouchy. We're not the most pleasant to be around. So it's those things, but also I understand that many of us motivators, we definitely struggle with some insomnia. Our Your brain races at night, so it's a lot of things that your mind doesn't slow down because you're thinking about all the things that I need to do, what I need to take care of. But a part of that priority is getting that rest. And I found what has helped me a lot is giving myself a calm down routine, like a cool down routine. Just like when you do your exercise routine, you have a stretching or a warm up. It's the same thing when you end your day. It's like you're giving your body and your mind the signal that it's time to slow down and it's time to take care of me. And what I like to do at that time, dim your lights, get yourself some hot tea. I take a nice warm bath, um, relax, put on some soft music or some of the rain sounds or something that will get me feeling relaxed. And then I sip my tea and read a book or my scriptures or something so that I can feel relaxed. And then I do some stretching. And by that time, I'm ready to head to bed. So I found for myself when I skip certain steps in my cool down routine, in my nighttime routine, I have a hard time making sure I'm getting that rest because I'm so tired that I just say, I'm just going to fall in the bed and go to sleep, and then you wind up tossing and turning. So, just some recommendations for helping those of you who suffer like I do on occasion with insomnia, you know, and it's important to delegate. When we're talking about me time, let's just be honest. A lot of us are, I wouldn't say controlling, but we like things to go a certain way. But don't forget that there are people in place. When people ask, hey, do you need some help? Make sure your children are, cleaning up after themselves. Learn to delegate, 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 and ask for help. And that will help us to not feel so overwhelmed. And then we can take care of ourselves better because we're not so stressed out. So, getting enough rest is really important. Point number two, it's your me time motivators. Now, we all know about mental health. When you're not processing things well, when your mental health is not good, the rest of you is not good. Your spirit is low, your energy is low, you're cranky, you're not thinking properly. It's a lot of things that go into, your mental health. And it's nothing wrong with some days you just need to slow down and focus in on how you're processing. Maybe you've been through a lot recently, especially now we're at the end of the year and there's a lot of things that you may have had to do or you are currently doing before this year ends, and it can be very stressful. So make sure that you're taking mental health days, and I mean take those mental health days from work, or it could be a mental health moments, just taking a walk, heading to the gym, but doing things that will help you to improve your mental health. For me, nothing helps me with my mental health like just taking a day off and maybe allowing myself to sleep into like 10 o'clock and then waking up and having a brunch and then hitting the gym. And I feel like that gets me back refocused and recentered. But every single person is different. And you know what will help you to reset to being your best self. That's one of the reasons why I do these topics, because it's so important for us to think about our mental health. And you can think that you're okay, but you're not if you're not processing things well, if you're pushing everything to the back, not allowing yourself to feel certain things, thinking that you have to be strong for everybody else but yourself. Everybody needs like that time to hang out with friends, have your own personal time. So those mental health days are important. So if you have that PTO, that paid time off from work, or just to get away from children and everybody else, do it. Your mental health definitely matters. And when we do this, when we set aside time for ourselves, it shows that we love ourselves. Hashtag self-love. If we don't put ourselves first, if we don't take care of ourselves, who is going to? There's nobody who's going to say, hey, it's time for you to do your hair, get a haircut, shave yourself, do this, do that, do the things that you need to do so that you can feel good about yourself. And I know with the busyness of life, especially those who are parents, that you neglect yourself, not doing your personal care, guilty of it, not like 11, 12 o'clock, and you haven't even showered yet. You haven't taken, something to eat. You didn't drink any water yet. So it's important for us when we talk about ourselves, learning to set boundaries with other people. And while they may be asking, vying for your time, we also have to understand that I'll get to you, but I got to take care of myself first. And that's something that I definitely had to learn, that it's okay for me to say, not right now. Now is a time for me. And until you set those boundaries, people will push. Children, kids, relatives, friends. You must set those boundaries with others, or they will push ahead their own motives and their agendas. So, setting boundaries is important not only for them, but it's important for you to feel good about yourself. And to be honest with you, motivators, when I don't set those boundaries, when I'm not taking care of myself, when I haven't said no to things, when I'm always the yes woman, yeah, I can do that, yeah, when I'm stretching myself too thin with myself, that's when I feel worn out. I feel, so stressed out because I haven't stood up for myself. I haven't spoken up and said, no, I can't, or I'm tired, or I just don't want to. All of that shows how much we actually do care about ourselves. So set those boundaries and get into your me time, because setting boundaries also shows that you respect yourself. If you don't put it out there, I respect myself, and that's going to be a no, and I'm not always going to do everything that you want me to do. When we set boundaries, we let people respect us. Let people respect your time, your effort, you in general. Don't let other people talk to you any type of way. And that also shows that we have self respect. When someone does something to us, check them, you know, check them. That's important as well. Let's get into point number 4. It's me time, motivators. So, it in that me time, it may be time for you to get refocused. Now, I know that so many of us, because of life, stress, problems, jobs, relationships, we get off track. We lose our focus. And the focus can be lost sometimes because you're just chasing after that dollar. You're tired. You're just not doing what you need to do. So that refocus is so important because it helps us to prioritize ourselves once again, reacquaint ourselves with what we want to do, reacquaint yourself with your dreams and your goals and what you actually want and need. And we get aside from that sometimes, but it's okay. You can get back on track, and you have to forgive yourself for that. Sorry, I apologize to myself all the time. Sorry that I was not taking care of you the way that I should, exercising, drinking water, eating properly, because it affects us. That's a part of our self love and our self care. And we have to get refocused, okay? And don't let other people tell you that you're doing okay. That's another thing that I had to learn to speak up for myself. Your self care and your self love is not going to be like everybody else's. What somebody else wants, what the person you're in a relationship with needs, what your family needs, what people on your job needs, does not mean that's what you need. Every single adult has to know what fills up their cup, what makes them feel good, what makes their mental health stay intact. You have to know that and make sure you get yourself back balanced, because that's what it's about. We get off track and we lose our balance and we lose our focus, but it's okay. Take a breath, reset, refocus, and a thing that has helped me many a time is making that schedule, making a schedule for yourself, planning time for your me time, is essential because you're usually not going to say, oh, I'm going to do this now. So having that journal, having a planner where you have plans. What helps me is waking up earlier or staying up later and making sure I'm taking care of what I need to do for me so that I'm okay. I'm okay with myself because that's what's important. We get off track with taking care of ourselves. We get off track with not letting ourselves be focused. We are not prioritizing our mental health. We're not taking care of ourselves like we should. And it's time for us to get refocused, get reacquainted with ourselves. Say, like, sometimes, like, hey, Marlene, how are you doing? Let's get back to loving you again, taking care of what you need to take care. And for me, I'm not a person, I don't like going to, the doctor's office and doing certain things that, yes, it may be uncomfortable, but a part of my self love and self care is knowing that I need to get my doctor's visits, see my optometrist, see my medical doctor, get my important, things that I need so that I can know how I'm doing, so I can know how to better care for me. Okay? Better care for yourself. And I know that it's uncomfortable and we don't always like to go, but I'm just giving you, motivators, some encouragement. Not all the time the things that we like to do, we want to do, but we should do because we care about ourselves. Take care of you. Hey, Shanti, how are you doing? Thank you so much. Hey, Marlene, at work, so I can't chat, but I'm here in the background. Liked and shared. Thank you so much, Shanti. I hope you're having an amazing day. Yes, yes, yes. Amazing day to you. So it's important for us to refocus ourselves, refocus our time, reshift. I talk about this all the time, how important it is for mindset shifting. you know I know how I was raised that it was the job of a woman to take care of everyone in the house first. and that's not balanced. Actually, that's insanity, because if you take care of everybody and then you're falling apart and you're stressed out and you're so overwhelmed and everybody else is relaxed, that's unfair. Okay. And that shows that, you know, I always say that while people say they care about us, care, consideration is an action word. Love is an action word. So if they really love you, they should be willing to chip in. And some people naturally aren't going to, you know, say, hey, can I help you? So you may have to be the one to say, I need you to do this and I need you to do that. So delegation, delegate. Say, I need you to empty the garbage. I need you to do this load of laundry. I need you to do this. I need you to clean the bathroom. So don't be afraid to speak up and to say what you need so that you cannot be overwhelmed and you can feel okay and not so stressed out. So for you to get back refocused, it means that you must have to open up your mouth. And I don't mean open up your mouth like play. Oh, do this or do that and don't mean it. Don't say something and then you go back and you do it because they haven't done it. No, follow through. I asked you to do this and I need for you to do it. Do what I asked you to do. So that's one of the things that until you show people in your life how serious you are, I mean that. And this is going to be your responsibility from now on. I'm not going to do it. I need you to clean your room, pick up after yourself, wash your dishes, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Everybody in a household has to chip in, or one person will be overwhelmed. It's just normal. It's just balance. And I'm not throwing any shade or any blame. I'm just saying this to encourage anybody who needs to hear it. There's sometimes that with our relatives, namely children, significant other, and spouse, we enable them. We enable them in this behavior like they are babies. Oh, I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you. And then ah, then it's like a burden to you. Like, why did I say I would do it? So, you know, just because you started something doesn't mean you have to continue it. If you find that something is causing you so much burden, so much stress, and yeah, and you're like, this is too much for me, it's okay. So I know I told you this, but I cannot do it. I got to take care of me and speak up. Closed mouth doesn't get fed. Yes, that's your life. Yeah. But that's one thing that I learned is that I had to learn to stop saying one thing and doing another. I would say, "Can you help me?" And then when they would drag their feet, I would go right behind them and do it. So they wouldn't believe me. So I had to say, this is what you're going to do. And then I'll not do it. Those dishes will stay in that sink for 17 million years. I will never wash them because that's not my job. That's your job. So that's important. Setting boundaries with your immediate family is important too. So let's get into point number 5, motivators. I think I got one more point and then we are bouncing out of here. So, point number 5, we have to have that me time to get refreshed. And whatever that is, it could be a vacation, it could be, giving yourself more time to sleep. But everybody is different and everybody needs different things based on your family, your relatives dynamic, who's in the home. Do you have small children at home? Do you have adult children at home? Do what is going on? All of those things, but you have to speak up for yourself and say, it's my time to get some refreshment. So I plan my refreshment time, even if it's 2 hours, because I live in Florida, I'll go by the beach. I'll, take a lunch break, look at the ocean, because I have to do things that will fill back up my cup and will help me to relax. So, whatever it is that you need to do to get refreshed, do that. Whether it's sleeping, And eating well, taking care of yourself, getting in the gym, for me, I know that it sounds strange to some, but me joining a gym is the best thing that has ever happened to me. When I start walking or running, depending on what mood I'm in and what stressful situation I'm dealing with, it helps my mental health. So after I get done with an exercise session, I'm mentally more stable, especially if I'm grieving that day or I'm going through something. I need that exercise to, it helps for me to stabilize myself mentally, and not fall apart. So that's one of the things that definitely will help, when we all need to get refreshed because of this life that we live in is so much things that pull and tug on us. It's people, it's responsibilities, it's this, it's that. And if we don't take time out of our schedule to look for ways to refresh ourselves, there's nobody else who's going to do that for us but us. So that's a big deal too, motivators. Think about yourself and take care of you. Get refreshed. Whatever that may be, a vacation. Plan for it and then do it. Follow through. Take those days off of work. Plan for your vacations. Hang out with your friends. Whatever it is that you need to do for you to get the refreshment that you need. Um, I'm just speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for anybody else. But for me to feel my highest level of refreshment, I have to get away all alone by myself. It can't be anybody else involved. Other people can find refreshment with their significant other and their spouse, and they'll be fine. But I have to have that time where I don't hear anybody talking, nobody is distracting me, and I can just deep breathe and I can start thinking about, how I'm doing, the things that I'm going through. It helps me to process things when I am by myself. So that me time is so good for ourselves because we allow ourselves to do that self check in, like, how am I doing? Am I okay? Not doing so good today. Why not? And then I can go through all of the things because you're doing too much for this person or that person, or you're overwhelmed, or you haven't been sleeping, so, or you're not eating right. So there's a lot of things that it's important for us to talk about this topic of self love, self care, self awareness. We have to be aware of, okay, I'm not doing so good. My mental health is not so good. Um, and unfortunately, sometimes it takes a health issue to slow us down. I never would want any of that for any of you motivators. I hope it will never be a health situation that will be the only thing that will cause you to sit down and put your feet up. Sometimes things happen to us in our life because we won't take the time to slow down and take a rest and get away from certain people. Sometimes that need for refreshment is because the people we're around are toxic, are users, are manipulators. They're all of those things. So you can't feel refreshed. You can't be okay mentally. Your pocketbook is suffering because you keep dishing out and giving, giving, giving to those people, and all they steady do is take from you. So you could never be uplifted. You can never be uplifted. And I want you all to be uplifted. I want you to be encouraged. And how can we be encouraged ourselves? How can we be encouraged if the people we're around don't refresh us, don't encourage us? If they're all they do is take from us, all they do is use us. Okay. We have to be the one to speak up. We have to be the one to set boundaries. We have to be the one to say, is this person, we have to get to the source, the root of the problem, and root it out. And either you stay away from them, you block them, or you set a boundary. I'm no longer going to be doing this or that for you. And if they ask why, I'm not going to explain why. I don't have to explain why because I said what I said. Period. You don't have to explain why you make changes in your life. People will get mad, especially your relatives that you have enabled. They get mad and say, "Well, you've always done it." Well, just because you have always done something does not make it right. I'm being honest. I've enabled many people within my relative, and I had to put a stop to it because it was affecting my mental, my financial, my spiritual health, my physical health. I was not refreshed. I was actually so over exhausted. I was so overwhelmed, like I was not emotionally stable. I found myself like any little thing that would happen to me, like I would just break down in tears crying because I was so overwhelmed. That means that I'm doing too much. And I say these things because I can be open and honest about the things that has helped me. And I know that because I didn't set boundaries, because I didn't set limits, because I didn't enforce it, because I was enabling people to use me. I was letting negativity come into my life from other people because that's what people will do. They will come into your life with their negativity, with their drama, with their problems, with the things that they haven't done, and then they try to make it your problem. They try to come and deposit their problems in your life. They try to bring you down with their negative mindset, with their lazy attitude, you know? No, we're not doing that. Give people back their problems. Let people figure out things for themselves and stop trying to do everything for everyone. I had to learn that. It was a life lesson. It was so hard. I cried a lot because I was just so used to doing, and I had to learn that it's okay. It's okay to sit down. It's okay for me to sit down and put my feet up. It's okay for me to get served instead of me being the person to always serve everybody else. I can sit down. I can put my feet up. I can relax. I can have a nice drink and wait for dinner to be made. It's okay. Do those things for yourself, but you have to be the one to put that in place. And people always say, I can't do that. This is, and they won't fall. Listen, when you stop doing something, they will have no other choice but to do it. Because that's what I thought. They'll never go along with it or they won't like it. And yeah, they won't like it. They'll complain, whatever. Well, I'm not doing it. So I don't know what to tell you. You have to get firm because when it comes to ourself, if we don't speak up, we actually are hurting and harming others from being independent, from knowing the value of knowing how to work hard and take care of their own space and keep it clean and take care of money and not waste it and learn the value of things. And if you always are constantly giving out money, your time, everything so freely, it's not good for them. And yeah, let's stop doing that. Let's see what's going on in the chats. Smash the button for Marlene. Thank you so much. James, how are you doing? Welcome in. Got a member in the house. I really do appreciate it. I know, Shanti, I know. I'm going to change this in 2024. Start small, Shanti. That's what I did. You know, do one or two things, okay? One or two things, and you change one thing at a time, okay? I'm no longer going to be doing your laundry. I'm no longer going to be cooking every day. I'm no longer going to be doing the grocery shopping all the time. Delegate. Today, that's you go to the grocery store. I'm not going. You got to do your laundry. I'm not cleaning up your room and picking up after you. You have to one thing at a time. I learned that in therapy and that helped me so much. Don't try to do too much because if you try to do too much, you'll give up because you'll be overwhelmed. One thing at a time. And when you got that thing going, say, good. Okay, now they're doing this. Now let me add this and then add this and then add this. And the next thing, you're rocking, and then next thing you're gonna be sitting down having your tea, your adult beverage, and say, I should have done this a long time ago. You got this. You got this. So, I really wanted to talk about this because it's important for us to get refreshment. It's so important for us to take care of ourselves because nobody is going to speak up and say that for us but us. I'm tired of being tired and overwhelmed. Yeah, I know many of us, Shanti, just tired of being tired. And, that was something my mom said to me before, she passed. She said, until you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you will continue doing what you're doing. And when you say, I've had enough, you'll end it. So it's up to all of us motivators. I just give out the knowledge, I spread the awareness, but it's up to each of you to take the knowledge and to put it into action. You got this, motivators. You got this. Now, we are on the sixth and the last point, and I saved the best for last, okay? When we talk about our me time, we have to work harder and better at not always being available. I am not always available. I can't be available for you every time you call me, you text me, even if I'm there in the house and you're there. Just because I'm here doesn't mean I'm here for you. Sometimes I'm just here for me. And you may have to inform people in your household, yes, I'm here, but right now I'm here for me, or I'm here for my spouse, or I'm here for this person or that person. Learning to balance and give people quality time. This is my time. This is his time. This is her time. This is how we show that we respect not only ourselves, but we respect others. And I will get to you, but not all the time. We have to definitely balance our time with spouse, significant other, friends, the workplace. It can't be all about everybody. And every time they call, they want us, we're available. And we're always saying, yes, yes, I can do it. Uh huh. Yeah, I'll be there. Sometimes not available. Sometimes just say, I can't. Or maybe it's something that you don't like. You don't even like, you don't want to do it. See, we're not going into 2024 doing those things, okay? We have to stop saying yes to the things that we really want to say no to. When we don't know how to be honest with ourselves, that means we're not respecting ourselves. And if you can't be honest with yourself, who are you going to be honest with? Nobody else. You got to say, I don't like this, I don't like that, and I'm not willing to do anything that I don't like anymore. So we are the ones that must speak up, and we are the ones that must put a stop to it. Put a stop to the foolishness, okay, everybody? Put a stop to it. Yeah, all of that. Yes. So, yeah, that's something that I definitely have to work on a regular basis is learning, every time you get a phone call, especially being a content creator, not always, hey, wellness with Frugal Mama, how are you doing? Welcome. Good to see you. Happy Wednesday. It's so important for us to let everybody else know that we're not always going to be available. I'm not available for every single time you need me, every time you want me to come into work. Especially be careful with that overtime stuff, always being available for everything and always being available for children, for relatives, for friends, every single time. Just say, sometimes I can't today. Today, I am having my me time. And they'll learn after a while. Well, the whole day, yeah, the whole day is it. Today is my day, and this is how you will start training. Retraining the people in your life that I need my time. I call my Marlene Day. When I have my Marlene Day, there is nobody I'm answering that phone for. There is no social media notification that I'm going to listen to because it's about me. And that's how I help my mental health. That's how I help my mental health. I have to get off grid from everybody so that I can fill up my cup so that when I get around other people, I'm not grouchy, I'm not angry. My joy is there. There is energy. I have adequate rest. So, all of those things. So, get off grid sometimes. Turn your phones off, turn off those notifications sometimes and just don't be available. Can't be available for everyone. That's ridiculous. I tried to do that at first when I became a content creator, supporting everybody's live stream, supporting everybody's video and premiere. And while I do the best that I can, that's what the replay button is for. And you get to people when you get to it. And if others can't understand, then they're not the right people for you to be around. Those aren't your people, those aren't your tribe because a mature and a wise person knows that everybody has a life, family responsibilities, and so on and so forth. So if they can't understand, what is that? What I always say over here, that's a them problem, not a you. That's not a me problem. That's a them problem. So, just do what you can, how you can, and when you can. And that's always good enough. Remember to always fill up your cup and take care of you. You don't get another you, and the people in your life that care about you and love you don't understand sometimes that they are asking so much from you. They want so much from us, and you have to open up your mouth and say no, or don't answer that text message, or delay in answering it, or don't answer the phone when that job calls, or the relative that only calls when they want something from you. Not available, and learn to start being less available, less available. Oh, they're never available anymore. That's okay. That's okay. I'm available when I'm available. And it's better for your mental health. It's better for your emotional health, your spiritual health. You're going to feel good, and your health and your physical health will be better as well. And you'll get better sleep because you're not letting everybody pull you in this direction or that direction. You're focused on, okay, this is what I want to do. And then you're doing those things that restore your cup. And while I didn't put this on here, um, point number 7, I would put as make sure that you have people in your life that are supporting your upliftment, your encouragement, whether it be here on social media, whether it's your relative, significant other, your friends. People will pull and take away from you. And you know how the saying goes, if people are not adding to your life, they are subtracting from it. Don't let people take away from you more than they are adding something to it. So, and it can, and it's always not always the same thing. Some people add to us spiritually, some people add to us financially, some people add in many aspects, but it can't be that you're always the one giving and giving to them, and they are never the ones who are giving to you. Got to recognize that. And you have to be there for yourself. You got to take care of you because at the end of the day, it's about how you feel. Because if you don't feel good about yourself, you're not going to be here. And I want each of you motivators to be here. I want you to be in good spirits. I want you to be at peace. I want you to feel rested. And we all know what it takes. No, I can't. Not available. Take your days off. Take your vacations. Take care of your mental health and spend some time by yourself, taking care of you, doing what you need. And We all know what that is. That solo time is so important. Respect yourself, motivators. If you don't respect you, nobody else will. So, yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you all so much for joining me today. And take care of you. Get into some me time and do what you need to do. It's different for everybody, but we all know what we need. Could be rest for one. It could be taking care of your financial health for another. It could be taking care of your physical health, going to your doctor's appointment, getting into the gym, getting your exercise, maybe blocking certain people in your life so that they don't affect your mental and your financial health. So, whatever that means for you, get into doing more of that. And you all know why. Because you matter. Because you matter. You. All of you. So, thank you all so much for tuning in, motivators. I appreciate each and every one of you. Take care of you. You only get one you. And why not make the journey of your life peaceful, joyful, prosperous, and in your purpose, live your life on purpose with passion. And if you don't feel that, then we need to get into refocusing and reshifting into doing what we should. So, thank you all so much. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much, James, Shanti, Wellness with Frugal Mama, Colton, and I don't know who else. That's all I can see from right here. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And I will see you guys back tomorrow for another live stream, another motivation. So if you're new to Marlene Motivates, subscribe to this channel. Turn your notifications on. I go live Monday to Friday. Well, not this week, but after the new year, we're going to get back on focus. But right now, we're having a different schedule, which is on my community tab. So check that out. But after the first, it's going to be back to the Monday to Friday lives at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Sundays, we do the Motivated podcast. So I welcome all of you new motivators. And if you have the time, if this information is awesome to you, share this with a friend, a family member, somebody who could use this information, because that's why I do these streams. I am Marlene of Marlene Motivates, and I am your mindset shifter. I am for all things positive, inspirational. I always will speak on your mental health, loving yourself, and taking care of you so that you can be okay and live on your purpose. Self-love is the key, everybody. Go for it. You can do it, and you deserve it. And like I say over here, every single live and podcast, just know it. Just breathe it and be it and live your best life. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it and be it, and live your best life.
forgive me. I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? I forgive me. I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh, hey, yeah.